This is your window into the Rider world. The Rider News and 107.7 The Bronx present the Rider News Roundup, the podcast. Our hosts Caroline Haviland, Grace Bertrand, and Ben Shinault are standing by and ready to give you insight on the stories and important events you need to know about. This is the Rider News Roundup.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Rider News Roundup podcast. I am one of your hosts, Grace Bertrand, executive editor of the Rider News, and I'm joined by
Caroline Haviland, the managing editor.
Benjamin Shinault, sports editor.
And
Yanwell Santos, multimedia editor of the Rider News.
Yes. We are back for season 2, episode 3. I'm sorry that you've been without us for a while. I actually kind of predicted this because before, didn't I say, we're not going to have our next episode until after break? And you guys were like, no. Look what happened.
After break. Here we are.
After break.
We're back. We're all tanned up and ready to go.
Oh, well,
Just
some of us,
you.
yeah, just
you,
you. A
Ben.
little bit, like light tan.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
A little golden.
Got some color.
Yeah.
Golden
Anyways.
is a little bit of a stretch. So why are you tan, Ben? What did you do over break?
Funny you ask, Grace. I went down to.
We've been making fun of Ben
I
all
went
day.
down to Largo, Florida,
Sorry. Yeah.
but I visited Clearwater. We went to St. John's Pass in Seminole, Florida. We watched some Philadelphia Phillies games. They're playing right now. They're up
Okay.
2-0 as we speak. And then what else did we do? Went to the beach, drank some cold beverages.
Right.
And got a nice tan.
Sounds like a wonderful spring break.
That's awesome.
It's very nice, but much needed. Much
Yeah.
needed.
I was on the opposite scale. I went to Vermont, which was very kind of cold.
Was it the season of the sticks there?
It was indeed. And I did listen to a lot of Noah Khan while I was up there.
As you should.
But it was really nice. I visited the Ben & Jerry's factory and got some ice cream, got to go on the little tour to see where they make it. I had so much ice cream. I was in a food coma by the end of it. I don't even know why I ate that much. But it was really fun. But I was you were tanning. I was it was snowing over there. So
I love that.
it was still nice though. I'm really happy that I went. I went with my parents. It was a nice road trip. What about you, Caroline?
I read a really big book, 500 pages. I finished it over break, and I did
Brought it in your
absolutely
house.
nothing. Yeah, it was so needed, and it was wonderful. How about you, Yanwell?
I did a lot of work. A lot of portfolio preparation stuff.
Yes.
I did get to hang out quite a few times with my friends, Went to the city one day, worked all day the next.
Nice.
Then went shopping the next day, worked all day the next.
Nice balance. You need that.
Of course. Then went to the American Dream.
Oh,
I've heard things about it.
I don't really like that
It's
mall.
really cool.
Wow.
I enjoyed being there.
Yeah,
It's a good mall.
I live
It's
10
fine.
minutes away from that mall, and I'm not gonna lie, I just think it's too big. There's gets to a point where it's where am I going? I'm
Yeah.
getting a little lost. You have a water park inside this mall, the same place I just want to buy a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
In like an amusement park. Too.
Yes, exactly. And they have the
Roller
they even have a
coasters.
skiing thing, and then they have
Yeah.
laser tag. It's just a little too much.
It is.
But maybe it's a good experience to go at least once in your life. But living 10 minutes away from it, I'm sick of it, and I'm done.
Well, I live almost an hour away from it.
Yeah.
And I've been there 15 times. Wow. So I'm pretty much
You're an
American
expert.
Dream expert.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love
He knows his way around.
the mall during the holidays, though. They have a great spread. Anyways, I'm glad to see that we all had a good, very different spring breaks actually,
So
but
different, yeah.
all very much needed in our own ways. Very fun. But I'm glad to be back with you guys and doing this podcast. So a lot of this stuff is kind of a little bit old news, but at the same time, we haven't had an issue since our last issue. So I'm glad we can get right into it. So we're going to start with news. First up, we have Mercer County's purchase of the Big Woods. So Rider entered into a $10 million deal with Mercer County on February 24th when they sold 56 acres of land from the campus for $8.5 million and signed onto a facilities and services agreement with the county employees. Now, Mercer County employees have access to Rider's facilities like the pool and fitness center for recreation and event purposes. And while Rider has always been an open campus for some time now, this new deal brought up concerns about the safety of the students on campus. Parents on the Facebook page asked questions regarding who would have access to the facilities and if there would be precautions set in place to ensure the students' safety. Provost Kelly Beidel responded to these concerns by explaining that the deal only limits access to county employees only, so it's not like any strangers can just come into campus, and it's just limited to county employees and I think their families. The deal also allowed Mercer County to designate the land as open space, preserving places like the Big Woods at the back of Rider's campus. These woods were originally explored by Aldo Leopold, who is the father of the American conservation movement. Back when it was the Lawrenceville School, he attended, and he's the one that explored those woods and founded it, and so it's really a big deal that it's now being preserved. Mercer County's plan for the land is to renovate the trails that follow the pathways to the recreation services. So what do you guys think of like the purchase and the deal? Because I've heard a lot of opinions about it.
Yeah, I mean, I really like how they're trying to make something out of it, because I feel like it is cool to have like trails back there. And then the fact that we can kind of use it to endorse the university is really cool. And, $10 million, that's a significant chunk.
Yeah.
So, credit to the institution on making that decision. And I'm curious to what they're going to do with it, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say after reading your article, I felt a lot better about it. I didn't really know how to feel just because it's like, okay, we're selling this land, what's going to happen to it? But I'm glad to hear they're not going to be selling it to just make a development. They're preserving it because they understand the purpose behind it. And yeah, like Ben said, $10 million, that doesn't hurt in our financial circumstances. So I feel good about it.
Yeah. I will say, like, after doing the reporting on from the outside perspective, it definitely feels like it's a win-win situation. And in terms of like what they're gonna do with that trail now, and all of this facilities and services agreement, I'm intrigued to see what it does, and for Rider and also for the Mercer County community. You can check out the story that I wrote on theridernews.com. Now, on a heavier note, a new Title IX director was named amid several Title IX cases concerning on-campus sexual assault and misconduct. Coming into the position as a former university investigator for Title IX, Ken Koenig said he can bring a better understanding of the weight of the investigative process for these Title IX cases that have come up. A sexual assault was reported to Lawrence Police on January 1st, as we know and we talked about on the podcast before, and it was communicated to Rider on February 2nd. After a campus-wide notification was sent to the university on February 12th, no additional communication was really given by the administration or public safety. According to Koenig, an initial assessment is in place to evaluate the circumstances of the incident and determine whether a formal investigation is needed. As of February 26th, when I met with him, a formal investigation had not been initiated. And with that, Koenig said that Rider is currently relying on the Lawrence Police's criminal investigation. Also, additionally, on March 25th, Title IX sent out an additional clarity report on two separate incidences that were of sexual misconduct in March and in February. And hopefully the Rider News will have more on this in our April 1st edition, which you can check out this coming week in print and online, which is exciting. But to learn more about Rider's new Title IX director, you can read my story on it on theridernews.com. And to wrap up news for this week, I wanted to highlight some new additions to Rider's programs. First up, on March 3rd, Rider unveiled its new Bronc Career Boost to replace the former Cranberry Investment. I don't know if you guys had ever heard of that. I feel like it was something that was always talked about, but I never really knew what it was. But the Director of Career Development and Success, Carl Kraft, explained that its replacement was due to its extensive eligibility requirements. To offer a new opportunity, the Bronc Career Boost plans to help students acquire career-building skills and is also available to people within the whole Rider community, which is unlike the former one that was only accessible to graduating seniors. So that's a very positive change to see. Each session of the Bronc Career Boost will include speakers from organizations that have partnered with the university, and the new format provides ongoing support for alumni, assistance with different career skills, and networking opportunities with companies that come to speak at these sessions. Additionally, the Rider Resource Pantry also began a new initiative on March 4th called Walk-in Wednesdays to offer students an opportunity to take advantage of the center in person. And this is a shift back to the pantry's former open door policy before they became fully online through PantrySoft, which is like their software that they were using before. And beforehand, students could only access the pantry by registering in that system and then placing a pickup order. However, being fully online, the pantry kind of experienced, not a lot of traffic, and it was really because of a lack of awareness about the service itself. Vice President of Community Engagement and Belonging, Daryl Mace, who became the pantry supervisor in October, said that the inventory is currently entirely donor-supported, mainly from gourmet dining, which is really cool to hear, and that Rider is also looking to acquire grants for the Resource Center to broaden its offerings. And I know that you wrote the story on this, Caroline, so, what was that like, learning more about the Rider Pantry?
Well, I remember when I came here as a freshman, I feel like I heard more about the Rider Pantry, so as time went on, I kind of realized it became a bit more under wraps, like nobody really spoke about it anymore. So I was really excited to hear about this new Walk-in Wednesday initiative. So when I wrote the story, hearing all of this kind of confirmed what I was already thinking, like, why is it not spoken about anymore? So it's cool to see that they're trying to put themselves out there more. I'm seeing more signs even around campus of them advertising the Rider Pantry. But it was cool to talk to all the people that work there, because you could tell they have a really big heart for just like helping people. All of these students, that most of them that work there are a part of Rider's Bonners program, which is like students who have to volunteer a certain amount of hours per semester. So they really want to help students, and I really think people should take advantage of this more often, because it's free stuff. You have a set amount of points that's just offered to you. It was a really good positive experience talking to these people.
Yeah. You can read up on Caroline's story about the pantry and read our news editor Cal Sutton's story on the Bronx Career Boost at theridernews.com. And that's all I have for you guys for news this week.
It's a good lineup. A lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff.
All right. Well, we're going to move on into features and entertainment, and we're going to return to a frequent segment that we do here on the podcast, guys. Can you guess without looking? Can you guess? What are we doing?
Charades. I love when we do charades.
That's a good one. But no, we're going to do our horoscope.
Oh my God.
I know it's like the end of March, so think about this more when we read it as a reflective. Okay?
And Pisces season is over, so does it really matter?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a March Pisces, so I'm still in my...
But Pisces season is over.
It's over.
Okay, well, it's March, so it's like the whole month.
He's still at the restaurant.
Pisces season left. He's still at the restaurant.
Got it.
Honey, you need to get up.
I'm sad. Okay. Well, we're going to start with Pisces for again, Well and Grace. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Boundaries will be extremely important, Pisces. You will have the power to transform your relationships into something more meaningful, but misunderstandings may also arise. Allow yourself to get comfortable, but make sure you do not lose your creative direction. It's the end of March now, guys, and this was your horoscope for the month, so tell me.
Reflecting. I think mine was pretty accurate. I feel like going back home and seeing my friends, I feel like my relationships with people were certainly strengthened. So it was great to see them, hang out with them, just build our connection even further. But since I was so busy and working a lot, which if you are a professor and you give work over spring break, I feel like you deserve to be fired.
Oh.
Just a little hot take from me.
Right.
I'm assuming you had a professor give you work over spring break.
Multiple? Or just one?
And giving it the day that you're back from spring break, you get work over spring break. Who's doing
Yeah.
Did you have multiple professors or just one?
Yeah. No.
Wow.
I think all of them actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
So thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Yanwell's professors.
Yeah.
Love you.
So since I was dealing with all that, it was quite a bit full of tension. So I was really trying not to sort of project that onto others.
Yeah.
Which I did good for the most part.
It's okay. You're human.
Improvement.
Yeah.
I am perfect, but
Right.
Moving on to Grace.
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly you were reading that and I was trying to think about my March, and I was deeply ill for a whole week and a half, so I don't really know if I experienced any life, but I guess like going, the reason I went to Vermont was because I'm going to be living there for like the summer. And so I feel like that was a thing where I was like, I like want to still set some boundaries for myself in terms of like life. But, I spent a lot of time with my parents that spring break as well. And, I like the part about, getting comfortable, but making sure I'm not losing my creative direction. And honestly, I have felt a little bit of like that loss in my creative direction when, you kind of get used to doing what you're doing for a long time. So I need to like sit with my March horoscope a bit more into April a little bit, because I was sick for like a week and really learn to set those boundaries. But I like this. I liked this for March.
You can always take these sentiments beyond
just the month.
Of course. Okay, Libra.
I want to read it. Yeah.
Okay. Ben, are you ready?
Wait, you need to go up a little bit. Ben's ready. No, the other way. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. Okay. Libra. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Burnout is on the horizon this month, so do not be afraid to accept support from others. You may want to accomplish a lot and make big career moves, but it is in the best interest of your mental health to take it slow. Wait, this is exactly what I was saying. Like, am I a Libra? Hello?
Yeah.
Ben, what are your thoughts?
I think it's very Ben-ish, Ben-like, because I feel like I do a lot, right? And then there is the possibility of burnout, but I think having spring break in March is perfect. So I avoided that burnout. If I didn't have it, then I probably would be burned out.
Yeah.
And also the second part of that, the big career moves, I'm applying to jobs like every single day. And exhausting that I don't get any responses, but
It's like a full-time job, just applying.
full-time, I'll take
Just
anything,
applying,
Caroline. I'll take anything. I'll push shopping carts. I really don't care. But it's very, it hits home, right? And I do agree that sometimes you do have to take it slow.
Yeah.
So that one hits home. For sure. I like it.
In the best interest of your mental health.
It is. Yes. So I think
Always.
spring break and the cold beverages, they help.
Help your mental health. Yeah. That's the cure.
Yeah.
Caroline?
Maybe not.
Yeah, don't actually take those out.
Don't drink cold beverages for your mental health.
But you go to the beach.
Go to the beach, watch baseball.
Yeah. Baseball. Right. Okay,
That definitely helps. I feel like this is something that will really apply to me also in April. I was just kind of looking at my April today, and she looks busy. She looks hefty. So I'm definitely going to take this with me beyond this. But I think in March, there was a lot going on, and I'd like to believe that I asked for help when I needed it because, people are there. We're all community, right, guys? We're family,
we
as
are.
you told me
Rider News
before.
Roundup.
Right.
Yeah.
You sound like Vin Diesel and like Fast and Furious. We are family, right, guys?
But I think it's important to hear this, that, people are there to support you, to help you. And your mental health can only take so much. She needs some rest sometimes and some lenience. So this is good to hear and good to take with such a good horoscope. And you watching, listening, you can read your horoscope for March, even though by the time you hear this, it'll be like the end of March. But if you want to hear like what your March was like or something, or just hear something good to hear, you can see that presented and written by Gail Demorosky on ridernews.com. She did a really good job this month. I love this.
Very
this
good.
month.
Gail's
She
been
always
killing
does,
the
though.
horoscopes.
Yeah. Moving on, in preparation for Rider's annual multi-arts festival called Art Beast, students within the Arts, Events, and Festivals Management class, that is a mouthful, my goodness, have begun planning the event's key components, offering the students real-world experience. This year's theme is Spirit Beast, Believe with All Your Art. I love that. And it pulls from the I Believe
I
in
see what
Rider
they did there.
campaign. What'd you say?
I see what they did there.
Yeah,
Right.
right. A little
It's
funny.
clever.
It's pulling from the I Believe in Rider campaign and from East Asian cultures. In the article written by Features Entertainment editor Sofia Santiago, one of the students in the class referred to the class as the final boss, in quotes, for arts, entertainment, industry management students.
Yeah.
Now, I'm excited for this, guys. I love Art Beast. I always think it's a really fun event. And it kind of takes place, where does it take place? The Campus Mall? In between
Kind
the
of, yeah.
SOC and Ziegler.
I'm just laughing because it's like, it's like your first time like hearing about it. You're like, oh, I love that. I'm like,
What?
Like as you've read the name
Every time
of
I
it for
read
the
it, I feel
first
like
time.
I have that reaction. I can't lie to you. I'm like, that's so clever. It's so good.
So as a graphic design student, I have no idea what that is.
Art piece.
They do it every year, and it's kind of like an opportunity for, like, I guess, all of the arts to come together and kind of just showcase what they have, their skills. So, like, I think the reason it's called, like, the final boss is because it's kind of like a culmination of everything they've ever worked on. Think of it as like your portfolio night for graphic design. It's kind of like that, except it's not really like a competition, I don't think. Right?
No, it's like a show. It's like they
presentation.
have like a stage and students sing. The Foreman brothers who work here, they tap dance.
They have like tables too all around, like presenting art.
Clubs do that. Clubs present and stuff.
It's like performance art.
Kind of.
Yeah, for that aspect of it. I don't know.
I want to say there's also like tablings of like
actual artwork.
Pieces of art. Yeah. So I'm not sure, but
ask an arts and entertainment industry management student. Yeah.
Exactly.
This is really good for them because they get the experience of planning an event, organizing it, get people to come. So, it sounds very, very fun. I'm excited to see. How it goes. I don't think
we've never. Oh my God. Ben's
What was that?
We've never like done a story on just like the process of the class before, like preparing for our piece. So I feel like this was really a good idea from Sophia, our features editor, to be like, why don't we take a look behind the curtain and see what it takes to like put on our piece, because it is like a whole semester long thing. So
I had no idea it was even run by students before this piece.
Really?
I always thought it was just something that like the school put together and students helped. But this is really cool. I agree.
I was almost an arts entertainment manager. So you guys know, before I decided to take on the mantle of journalism. Yeah. I almost wasn't here.
It's a good pick.
It's a good pick. Yeah.
Which one? Journalism?
Journalism.
Right.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you
of course.
And check out the March 11th article on the ridernews.com to learn about all the preparation that goes into Art Beast. And to close out features and entertainment, I wanted to highlight the Westminster Choir College's 4th annual celebration of Black music that took place on March 4th in Gill Memorial Chapel. In an article written by staff writer Mary Simone Colazzo for our March 11th edition, we got to read about all the pieces performed by the Westminster Jubilee Singers and the meaning behind the concert as stated by the event's conductor and adjunct assistant professor of sacred music Vinroy D. Brown, who began putting the concert together about a year ago by picking out pieces with historical significance. In a quote in the article, Brown said that it's important for me as a Black conductor teaching a diverse population of students, but a population that isn't predominantly Black, that they're not getting this music and thinking of it as just smart pieces, but that they're thinking about it critically from historical context and social context. I thought this piece was so well written. I think just talking about the way Mary Simone wrote it, she really dove deep into each performance, each song, everything sung, and all the music and kind of the meaning behind each and everything. So I thought that was really well put together. And the photos that Morgan took were just incredible.
So good, yes. I think that whole like page spread was so beautiful. Morgan's photos, and Mary Simone just really has a knack for writing events and like really covering the details of everything and wanting to know more about like the history of everything. Yeah. And I just feel like she cared a lot about this piece as well. She kind of put her all into it, and you can tell. And so I really recommend checking out this piece, even if you're not even interested in Westminster at all. Like this event and then just this story was really, really important for the writer community.
I completely agree. And you can read all about this concert and Mary Simone Colazzo's piece on the ridernews.com. And that is all I have for features entertainment.
We got sports, but I think Grace has something to say,
yes. Right? I would just like to add before we go into baseball that I just found out today that Caroline would rank baseball as a 4 out of 10 in just like sports in general. And so I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on like, and me and Caroline have been to many baseball games before. I was under the impression she liked baseball, but I was wrong. Any thoughts?
Well, I just want to start with my heart is shattered.
Actually.
My heart is shattered. What is your critique of baseball?
Yeah, I would love to hear this as well.
Okay. I think baseball's really boring.
That's exactly what I thought she was going to say.
It's incredibly boring. I think it's slow. I have a very hard time getting into it.
Okay.
Now, after we were playing a game. Context, guys, for everyone listening. We were playing a game.
The wavelength game.
The wavelength game.
what
Okay, I've heard
If
of it.
you think of a number and then people ask you, okay, well, here's a category. Based on the number you have in your head that I'm trying to guess, what would you read? Whatever. Anyways, so the sport I said, my number was 4 in my head. The sport I said was baseball. Greece helped me understand that. I guess, like, the whole experience of baseball, I enjoy. I enjoy going to the games. I enjoy the hot dogs, the whole camaraderie, getting a beer, a cold beverage. I enjoy that. Right. So I like that part of it.
Yeah.
The experience is fun. Now, if I'm sitting at home, my dad puts on a baseball game, I might go inside. That aspect of it, I can't. The sport itself
If he's putting
is
it on,
boring.
aren't you inside already?
If I'm in the living room and he's sitting down and he puts it on.
You said you might go inside. I'm like, aren't
inside
you
my
already
room.
inside? Okay.
Right. I'm inside my house. Guys. Inside the house. He puts it on, I'm leaving the room. So that to me is a 4 out of 10. But I guess with everything, I'll up it to like a 6.
Yeah. My argument was just that, like, of all the sports, like, I know that there's other sports that you don't even, like, pay attention to. Like, you don't even give the time of day. Whereas, like, baseball, Caroline and I will go to a baseball game. Like, I think it deserves a little bit higher. And, like,
I agree.
maybe sports like lacrosse or something, which Caroline isn't really, like, thinking about.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, like, no offense to any lacrosse players out there.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe
we'll
that's
get to you
important.
guys later.
Yeah. Anyways, just wanted to.
I would
adapt.
also like to back up Caroline.
Oh.
Baseball is pretty boring.
Okay.
I will say though, like, I agree. Like, I think baseball can drag on.
Okay.
No. In terms of, like, baseball can drag on a little too long sometimes. In that sense, like, it's a very long sport. It's not like basketball where you're like, oh yes, like you're always engaged. But I would say, like, I like baseball more than a lot of other sports where I'm not going to rank it that
I like
low.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
So obviously, you could be watching the game. It could be in the 4th, 5th inning, and you're like, all right. Bro,
Yeah,
it might be
exactly.
getting old. But as soon as guys start getting runners on base,
Right.
and someone pummels a ball like 400 feet, and like,
Yeah, my blood gets pumping for sure.
it's got to.
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
before we got on air, right? Opening day for the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber, Phillies star, mashed a baseball,
Wow.
and I was like, we're so back. I was jumping around Beckett
So,
Village.
What does that mean?
He hit it to the stands pretty hard. So,
Which is a good thing.
which is a home run.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Baseball's
A
cool.
lot of people say it's boring, and I could see where they're coming from. But once you,
It's boring to an extent. Yes.
I mean, at some points it could start to drag. Like if
Yes.
it's a 0-0 game, you're like, all right, I totally understand. But if it's like 8-6 playoffs, World Series, Game 7,
Right.
then every
for
pitch
sure.
matters because in a blink of an eye, everything can change. That's what I love.
Right.
It's a slow burn.
Yes.
Oh, that loves a slow burn.
I love it.
His favorite
Let's
trope.
get into some baseball.
Speaking of baseball, Rider baseball 12-6 to start the year, 8-1 in their conference. They're first in the MAC. Kyle Nerai, 415 batting average. That is number 1 in the MAC. Slugging 646, on base percentage 473. That's an OPS above 1,000. So for those who do not know baseball terminology, if you have an OPS above 800, that's really good. He has
Really?
it over 1,000, so he's very good.
Wow.
Early pick for MAC Player of the Year. Maybe early pick for Rider News Player of the Year. We'll see.
Wow.
We'll see.
We're calling it really
I
early.
know, I am. And Eric Hartman, not Eric Hartman from South Park. Eric Hartman.
Right, thank you for that distinction. Like, what's he doing at Rider baseball?
He's falling close behind. 363 average, 17 RBIs, 29 hits. He's having also a very good year as well. So as a team, Rider Baseball, top average in the MAC, 3rd best pitching staff, best fielding percentage. Clayton Poyley, Kyle Batt, PJ Craig are all pitching well. They're mostly starters. I think the thing with Rider Baseball, they kind of interchange. There's no guy that's like a starter all the time, maybe except for Clayton Poyley and Kyle Batt, but PJ Craig's come in as more of a relief role, closer. So he's been doing very good in his revised role. And before the loss to St. Joseph yesterday, it was kind of a crushing loss. Rider had won 6 straight games, which is one of the longest winning streaks in the nation. So good stuff from Rider Baseball. They got a series coming up against Canisius this weekend, so make sure to read the Rider News recap on that. And then after that, I believe they're stay home against Fairfield. And Fairfield's kind of like Rider is 1A and 1B with Fairfield. Fairfield beat us in the MAC championships last year. So we're looking for a little bit of revenge.
I
So,
want to go to. Can we go to like a Rider baseball game before?
They're playing this weekend.
Yeah.
They're playing this weekend. You can catch me there.
Wait, what
I'll be there.
time? What?
3 o'clock on Friday. And then
That's
Saturday, probably 2 o'clock.
Ooh.
It's going to be
We could
cold
go to a
tomorrow.
Saturday game.
Yeah,
We've
it's
only
gonna
ever
be
been to one. It was so hot. Like
So
it was
Saturday
those-
don't go. It's going to be like 40 degrees on Saturday.
So that's good though. Like we're
You
saying,
want
like
to
we
freeze your butt off.
but, like,
yeah.
we're complaining because the last time we went, it was so hot. Like just sitting in the stands, like
Yeah.
you were drenched.
Tomorrow
in
it's
sweat.
raining too, so
Okay. Well, I think it's only raining in the morning, though.
bleachers will be wet.
Bring it down.
Bring a towel, girl.
Well, we're gonna make Caroline's number go up for everyone.
Yeah,
Don't
low-key,
worry.
they might cancel it depending on how bad the weather is tomorrow.
Right.
Fingers crossed. Softball. Let's stay on the dirt here. They're 13-13 record. They're 5-3 in conference. So baseball and softball both doing pretty solid to start the year. Maddie Ludecki,
Like
The-
Bart Lewis.
Bart Ludecki.
Oh my gosh, you're related?
Wait,
She
are you
is?
being real?
What?
Is she related to Bart Ludicky?
Ludecki's a pretty uncommon name, so I would assume so. I don't know, cannot confirm or
Wait.
deny, but that's a pretty rare
Oh my
name.
god, you
so.
can't just say we're a news
Yeah.
podcast. You can just say things
You're
like
like
this.
spreading false information.
Sports, dude. I'm sports.
Sports, dude.
You're like it's a pretty
You're still
uncommon name.
integrity, Ben.
Sorry.
Anyways,
Anyways.
Maddie, hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah, Maddie. I should have just said Maddie, dog.
That's a good feature.
I agree. She has reached 100 career hits, and she's also among the leaders in the MAC for a bunch of categories. So shout out to Maddie. Perhaps could be Rider News Women's Player of the Year. We'll see. We might do a little sweep, baseball, softball. Ben wouldn't mind that.
Don't talk about yourself in third person.
Sorry.
weird.
Ben apologizes.
Okay.
Frogs put up 26 runs in 2 games against Niagara. The second game, they had the mercy rule, the Purple Eagles, so they were out here in a hurry. Aspen Wheeler, sophomore, is having a breakout year. 393 average, 17 runs batted in, 7th best batting average in the MAC. But now the big news coming up. Tyler Klinsky is an All-American. He's an All-American.
Nice.
Funny story.
what sport is this, Ben?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
My apologies.
Right.
I'll get to there.
You don't know
I'll get
Tyler
to that.
Klinsky, Caroline?
Oh my
like,
God.
he's an All-American. Get with it.
Yeah, funny story about Klinsky. It's a pretty cool story. I email him because this is when he was 18-0. This is at the end of the regular season before they went to the Max, the MAC, not MAAC, two different things.
Thank you for that.
I reached out to him. I was like, Tyler, you're awesome, undefeated, 6 years at Rider. I'd love to write a story on you.
I love an autograph. It's just
That
like
too. Tyler, if you're listening. And he was like, I would love to. But can we talk after the season? I'm like, yeah, I respect that. And I'm like, next time I talk to him, he might be an All-American. And now he's an All-American. And I already have an interview scheduled with
Yeah.
Tyler Klinsky, which is pretty cool.
Nice. So stay tuned for our April 1st.
Yeah, I did a feature last year on Sammy Alvarez, who was Rider's last All-American.
I remember that
came
one. That
out-
was a good one.
Came out pretty good. I liked it. So this makes the 11 All-Americans in the last 12 seasons for Rider. That is insane. And Klinsky spent 6 years at Rider, which is very rare for wrestling. He spent all 6 years of eligibility at Rider. A lot of the guys on the team this year are all transfers. Because they started these big programs and then they can't make their weight class. And then they move to kind of a smaller school like Rider, but still very competitive. So the fact that he spent all 6 years here is very cool. And it's cool and rewarding that he got an All-American in his last year. Betancourt, Zarowski, and Griffin, or Will Betancourt, Brock Zarowski, Elijah Griffin, and Dylan Layton were the other NCAA qualifiers, so hats off to them. They also had very good seasons, so shout out. And like I said, be on the lookout for a feature this week on Tyler Klinsky. And like I mentioned, their other sport we'll touch on, lacrosse, 10 straight losses. Not looking too hot. 1-10 record. First season for head coach Paige Fry. So, first year head coach. We've had this discussion. What sport was it? I think it was a women's team. Coach Hartzell didn't really have the best season, but it was her first year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna still, have faith in Paige Fry, right? Because it's her first season, so we're cut a little bit of slack. But there's a lot of girls in that team that, can switch the season around in a blink of an eye. So looking forward to the rest of the lacrosse season, and stay tuned for this week's paper on Tyler Klinsky.
Yeah,
That's all sports has got.
Nice.
Yep.
Solid
Really
lineup.
good, solid thing.
Solid stuff.
Did we let everyone know why we're switched in our seats?
I don't know if anybody cares or noticed.
Do you guys care?
But we switched things up for the second season. And yes, you may be like, well, what's the third episode? Well, sometimes when life gives you lemons, you want to like make cranberry juice. And you find no way. And so that is the moral of the story. And yeah, that's why our seats are changed.
Yep.
It's because of cranberry juice.
That's
Makes
such a good
sense.
saying. We should all start saying that.
Yeah.
More often.
When life gives you lemons,
Not
make
just cranberry juice. Yeah.
Not just
Cranberry
go around
juice.
saying cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice is pretty good.
It's so good.
It is yummy.
Like I'm being so honest when I say this. This is the best thing about Rider is their cranberry juice. Like in the best way. Like I want to bleed cranberry when I drink their cranberry juice here. There's something different about it. Like when you go to Daly's and you get cranberry juice, it hits different than when you buy cranberry juice in a what is that called?
A jug.
Yeah,
Grocery store.
yeah, the grocery store or something like a jug. Yeah.
I would say it is, yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe they put something in their cranberry juice. I swear,
Maybe
it's
they
so
put
good.
real Rider cranberries in there.
Right,
those are
homegrown
specific
like
things.
cranberries
Yeah.
in the back of Daly's. They're like actually making cranberries.
They might be
yeah.
a bush. They might be a bush out there.
But yeah, we have our print edition, our first print edition of the semester coming up on April 1st. So be sure to pick up a copy. You can find it in your academic buildings. We should put them like in the dorms, but anyway, that's another conversation for the day. You can
that's an
find them
idea.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, pick one up. We're gonna have the egg hunt this coming week on there. We're gonna have the feature on Tyler Klinsky. We're gonna have the Senator Brian Stack coming to campus in news. That'll be interesting. And also, it's the SGA election season, and we're also going to be endorsing the next SGA presidential candidate. Yeah, we usually do this every year, but the past 2 years SGA has been uncontested. But there's a lot of exciting stuff for the paper. So pick up a print edition. Check out our digital edition too. But we also have a new thing, Crack the Code, which can only be done with our print edition. But there's going to be a little hidden message in our eggs on the print edition. So you're going to want to pick one up because you might win a $100 Visa gift card.
Yep. 3 lucky students.
3 lucky students.
And that could be you.
3 smart lucky students.
Can you
Yes.
compete?
No. So moving on. I'm just kidding.
We're
Immediately,
picking the
no.
winner, so no.
But yeah, that's all we have for this week's podcast. All of our content can be found on our website, and be sure to stay updated by following at the Rider News on all of our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on Blue Sky, we're TikTok, everywhere pretty much.
Everywhere you are, that's where we are too.
Well, in a non-creepy way, yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere online. And yeah, check out our emails. We I don't know if you guys like check your emails. Maybe you're like Ben and you've blocked us. But we have weekly Wednesday emails every time our issue comes out that lets you know. Yeah, apparently Ben wasn't getting our
I block
emails.
student announcements.
Right,
That's
so
what I think the problem
That's
is.
like so important
And
though. Like all student
I probably
announcements.
is missing some critical information.
Yeah.
I think
Ben.
you are.
Yeah.
Did you unblock them?
I don't know how to.
Okay. So
figure
We're
it
going
out.
to do that after the podcast.
Yeah,
We'll
We'll
but-
find out next week if I do.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you guys should check if you've blocked student announcements, and maybe you're missing some critical information, like what's going on Rider's campus.
true.
Rider
Yep.
News.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out our emails, check out our social media. Anything else?
That's all I
Come to our
got.
meetings. We said that.
Come to our meetings.
Yes.
No, come to our meetings every Wednesday at the basement of Longstreet House. Go look at a map on the Rider website to see where it is, but it's in the back of campus. And I like our little home there. It's very nice, whether we move in the future or not. I like our newsroom. And
4:30.
yeah, if you ever want to write for us, if you want to do graphics, social media, photo, video, whatever it may be, we have a spot for you. And we're very inviting, and we're very open to teaching you as well if you're new and you've never done this before. So yeah, and I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say. The podcast. I wanted to say that we only have 3 2 more episodes. No, 2.
3.
2. Including this is the third one.
Oh my gosh, that's
we have 2
crazy.
more episodes left after this.
Wow.
So like take it all in. Like
guys.
take our voices in, take our faces in.
That's crazy.
Next year we will not be here. None of us, nobody in this room will be here. So
Sad
you'll
times.
see you'll see all new faces, but don't fret. We'll slowly introduce them maybe in the next coming episodes.
Yes.
Our incoming executive and managing editor, our multimedia editor, and maybe our sports editor as well. So it'll be really, really fun.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, so don't worry. Like, even though we're not going to be here, the Roundup podcast will live on. We will make sure of it. Because obviously, like, what would you do without, like, us?
Yeah,
like, or
obviously.
just, like, the news in general.
We'll leave it in good hands.
Yes,
We will.
don't
We
worry.
definitely will.
I know you guys are
Trust.
worried. Don't worry. Anything else? I think
No.
that's it.
Nah, that's it, man.
Okay, well, Ben, close us out with the song. Yeah.
It's a song. It's a song.
You know, like the song you sing every week.
Yeah. Ben, the song.
The song, closing out song.
I don't do that.
Ben,
Like, hello? Are you having,
you
like,
literally
memory
sing a
problems?
No, I
song
don't.
every week.
Bye.
That was really good. Yeah, I think that's all I
Well,
wanted.
that good?
Yeah,
Okay, that
We
was
should have to
fine.
gaslight you a little bit.
Yeah.
I can stop.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys on our next podcast.
Peace
Goodbye.
Adios.
It's so funny.
That's all the important information we have for the day. Thank you for listening to the Rider News Roundup, the podcast. To stay up to date on new episodes, listen to past episodes, and know everything happening at 2083 Lawrenceville Road, go to 1077thebronx.com/Rider News Roundup.